Okay, one of my favorites. He looks a little creepy here with a little bit of hair. Then bam! Glow up. He's glown up. Look, 86,000 upvotes.
The internet is a negative place, as we all know. There's people trolling, people rage baiting, people freaking out over nothing. And then there's mainstream media and algorithms just pouring gas on the fire. But in this vast darkness of negativity on the internet, there's a positive place. One positive place. It's a Reddit forum called r/bald. On r/bald, it's guys hyping each other up for going bald, women throwing in some confidence boosters, and even some women going bald. It's been going pretty viral lately, and I came across a TikTok that has a few million views giving a brief explanation and a few examples, so we'll check that out and then dive a little bit deeper into it.
This is my new favorite subreddit. Ready? It's r/bald, and it's just a subreddit of mostly men like this guy who are thinning or balding, and then they actually decide to stop holding on to the little bit of hair they have left and just buzz it all off. So this guy went from this to this. Look at the glow in his eye. He's so much happier. Or this man, he looks pretty upset. To here, look, he's like, that's a genuine smile. Another one, a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm obsessed. There are some women, this woman wants to buzz her head before she gets chemotherapy to like do it on her own terms. And look at her. So empowering. Like, it doesn't just have to be about looks. It can just be like taking control of the situation at hand. Okay, one of my favorites. He looks a little creepy here with a little bit of hair. Then bam!
86,000
Glow
upvotes.
up. He's glown up. Look, 86,000 upvotes. That's a lot. Seeing it's such a supportive community. It's very positive. No one will be mean to you about your looks. So if you've been thinking about going bald, I highly recommend you go visit r/bald on Reddit.
She does a great job giving a summary of what r/bald is about and giving a few examples of guys who look like serial killers with bodies in their basement to absolute chads in the span of an hour. It usually goes, people will post pictures of all angles of their head and say, is it time? And you're on a bald Reddit, so 99% of people will be like, yeah, it's time to go bald. And there's this one meme that's kind of infamous that they use every single time. That's pretty funny. I'll pop it up. And then a few hours later, they'll come back with a bald head, a selfie, and everybody in the comments is just extremely positive to them. And it's usually a massive glow up. On this video specifically, Lucy comments, choosing to be bald is always a million times better than holding on to a few hairs, which I think is sentiment that we'll all agree on by the end of this video. So let's hop into the next thing. The next piece of coverage we have of r/bald comes from Instagram on a post that actually has over 400,000 likes, and the headline reads, r/bald is going viral for being an incredibly positive space for people struggling with hair loss. And we have this guy cheesing on the cover and a few more examples of people making that glow up. A few people's experiences. This guy says, years of fighting depression and the truth. My hair was the only part of me I cared about, but I feel better making the leap. And he posts this massive glow up. I'm sure the comments on Reddit were extremely positive, hyping him up, boosting his confidence, and definitely making a positive effect on his mental health. And we saw this guy in the last one. He says, update to my should I do it, which I previously mentioned, where people put their picture with the receding hairline like this guy, or thinning hair, and I guarantee the top comment is that meme with the hand on the shoulder. And then directly after that, you get the update, and it absolutely bangs. We have a few more examples. That meme, and I'm not really sure what this is, but just another example of it getting positive media coverage, even outside of the specific positive place on Reddit. Like, if any of you guys are on Instagram, which I'm sure most of you are, you know the comments on viral posts are never positive. So seeing positive comments even on Instagram is a crazy change. Like, Check Norris says, they were meant to be bald. They look much better. Gally Alex says, these glow ups are glowing. Pony Lawson says, every one of these guys look 100 times more confident. So the positivity is permeating outside of Reddit, and it's actually permeating into a place that I didn't think was possible, which is mainstream media. You heard me right. mainstream media is actually covering r/bald, which is crazy to even say out loud. In this case, it's CNN, which is infamously one of the horsemen of spreading negativity online. And there's a long article about it. We can skip most of it, but the writer gives his perspective at the end where he says, "While I can't speak on the subreddit's thousands of commenters, I'm sure many are motivated by their own experience of male pattern baldness. I certainly wish I'd known about r/bald as I clung to the last remnants of my own hair." Two parts of that. One, I think it's a great spot for positivity if that's something you're struggling with. It's a spot where you know you can go and get a positive reaction, but also the positivity that is incubated in r/bald has permeated to mainstream media, Instagram, TikTok, and it's just awesome to see. So it shows that there is a place for positivity on the internet, and I think it's time we actually go check out that subreddit for ourselves. So loading up r/bald, we've got a banner of a ton of bald guys, a dude that just got a fresh bald cut, JM Cold 19, you're looking clean, with the bio of the page, "Lose your hair, not your head. Welcome to r/bald. Our philosophy is simple: embrace bald and strive to make the world a more bald-friendly place." And then a little bit more of a description. The rules are: abusive behavior will not be tolerated, no bald bashing, zero advocating of hair restoration methods, no trash talking or negativity about baldness, and treat the hair-headed ones with kindness too. So pretty much every rule is telling people be positive about going bald or be positive in general. I'm no saint to being an only positive person on the internet. I mean, my most well-performing video on this channel so far is a video about Disney adults, and the thumbnail says "old and obese" on it. So I'm definitely not a saint on this front, but it is nice to go to a page and be surrounded by other people that are positive. I found this post and thought it was a great example to show as an indictment of what this Reddit is all about. This guy says, "I was 29 here. My 30th birthday is around the corner. I've shaved twice, once in 2016 and once in 2018. I've always had a big forehead but curly hair. I've worn a hat virtually every day since 2018, which probably led to the crown eroding. First year of college was 2013, 2014, and I remember expelling wads of hair every time I'd shower. I'm still amazed I still had as much hair as I did by the time I shaved. Still not stoked on owning it yet, as I still reach for a hat every day, but at least I've done the hard part. I'm still desensitizing myself to not wearing a hat on some days." And he posts these pictures with an awful haircut to start with, and then boom, like, look at how much better this dude looks. And on this, "You're so cute. You look like Sean Evans from Hot Ones. This dude is the hot one." Every single comment on here is extremely positive. Like, I'm not cherry picking comments to include in the video. Every single one is positive. And I think it's just a great spot to go if this is something you're struggling with, because you know this is the type of reaction you're going to get. It's actually kind of crazy watching how much better people look bald. And then, yeah, I don't know why Reddit keeps showing me these posts, as I am a straight non-bald man, but I've never seen one of these posts where the guy doesn't look much better after shaving it off. Not even lateral. Like, it's always a huge improvement. That's exactly me. I started getting shown these posts on Reddit and fell into this hole because it is such a great spot to spend time, laugh with people, and just enjoy one positive spot on the internet. Here's one last funny one of some guy posting his newborn baby saying, "Is it time to let it go?" But I mean, we could sit here and talk about the positivity and show examples all day of these massive glow ups, but there's no point in dragging this out too much longer. I just wanted to highlight this one cool spot that I thought was interesting and I thought you might think was interesting. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a subscribe. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so really appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you guys next time.